Welcome to Tabata number 5, side lunges for hip mobility. Let's begin. We'll begin by standing nice and tall and stepping out to the side. So you want to go the width of your mat as wide as you can. So step into that right heel, sink into the hips and then into the left. And you really want to stick your hips back as if you're sitting in a little tiny chair that's way too far behind you. We're going to be doing this for 20 seconds on, and then we're about to take our first 10 seconds rest, and then we'll complete 8 rounds of this. So take your rest, and let's begin again. This time we're going to start with the feet open wide and continue that side lunge, but just keeping the feet open. So we're sinking down into the right heel and to the left, still sticking those buns back and keeping the back flat, and option to reach down towards the floor. Now, as with all my Tabatas, if this doesn't feel right, go back to the one previous to this and stay with that through the 8 rounds. Otherwise, keep progressing and rest. Next, we'll keep the feet wide, and we're going to begin to make it a little more challenging. So sort of a Spider-Man crawl here, where you're sinking into the right hip and then into the left, but staying low through those hips and kind of crawling the hands side to side. Take your time with it, move as freely as you can within those hips for the 20 seconds, and then take your rest. Keep that back nice and flat. Shake it out a little bit, and let's keep progressing. If you can, we're going to lunge to one side, lift the outer leg, and lunge to the other side. So you're lifting through that outer hip. This is quite challenging, so if this isn't for you, go back to one of the previous moves and stay with that for the 20 seconds. Keep that back flat. Even if you're just lifting 1 inch off the floor, lift and feel the work in that hip. Oh yeah. Now, let's make it a little more challenging. We're going to do that same move, only this time as you lift that outer hip, turn your body to face the short edge of your mat, and then keep that leg lifted, and then go to the other side. So it's just a little challenge of a pivot to one side and then a pivot to the other, of holding that hip up, kind of isometrically holding it, opening the hip, and then kind of closing the hip as your hips face the short edge of your mat. Whew, rest those hips. We're working back down the Tabata ladder now. We're still doing our 20 seconds, but now we're going back to kind of that Spider-Man crawl side to side, where we're shifting the weight from the right to the left, keeping those legs open wide, feeling the inner thighs, the outer thighs. It's all working here, and it's probably starting to get a little fatigued after all this hip mobility movement. So take that rest. Again, moving back down into a little bit easier movement again. We're nice and tall, just moving those hips side to side. You can take that option of hands towards the mat, or just stay up nice and tall. Again, if you're new to Tabata, maybe you just want to take a move like this and do it throughout all 8 rounds. You will still feel it, I promise. Keep those backs flat and the hips tight. Okay, last one here. We're kind of back to where we started. So we're standing tall in the center, and we're going to start doing that side lunge out to each side. Now keep in mind, if you're new to this move, or if you're new to Tabatas and you're just kind of taking it easy, you don't have to go super low here. Just make the lunge your own. Go to your level, and you will still feel the benefit of opening up those hips and working the outer thighs. Whew, I know I'm feeling it. You did it! Great job, you guys. That feels so great to take a nice stretch after. Be sure to hit the like button and share, and stay tuned for a recipe. Yep, a recipe coming up. Stay tuned. Another low oxalate recipe for you using the Instapot. This is red potatoes, skinless red potatoes, frying in avocado oil. Very fun. And there we have it. Fried French fries. So you can still have French fries, just fry them in avocado oil, which is a high heat oil. And I like to cook them this way, in just a little bit of oil at the bottom of my Instapot, because it makes it really easy. But some of them come out soft and some crispy, and you know how everybody in your family likes one or the other, so now you have the best of both worlds. So there you go, make some French fries.